Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I want to start this off by saying that this was supposed to be a live class, but I ran into a little hiccup when I went to Instagram. So now Instagram is saying you have to have, I think it's like 1,000 followers before you can go live. So that kind of like squashed my plan for what I was going to do today. So we're going to teach this class about CTA from YouTube. Unfortunately, I can't go live here either, but we're going to make do. All right, so let's jump in. This is going to be a quick 10-minute class about CTA for your website. So again, I'm Shawan Brown, and obviously I've given you my story about starting over and how I built my business from scratch, right? I started over at 44 or 48 actually, and pretty much learning as I went, just trying to figure it out and refusing to quit, you know, because building a business it's hard work, yes, but as a black woman and this day and age, middle-aged, and the disparities that are happening right now, it's important for us to build something for ourselves, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build you a better website. So, where was I? So, um, if you're building something of your own, this is a coaching practice, a consulting business, or a creative brand. You already know the work that it takes, right? To to begin, right? So to show up and be seen, you're not just building a business, you're building something that represents you, your community, and everything you've earned the right to say. So when someone lands on your website, your message has to be clear, right? Because an unclear website costs us clients. We worked hard to attract the right people. And you need to know what you're building. You're building it for, or who you're building it for, and what you want people to do when they find you. You can have a beautiful website. It could be super fancy, right? It could have great services. You can have an amazing story. But if someone lands on your website and doesn't know what to do next, you could be losing your potential clients. And sis, we can't afford to leave money on the table today, right? I want to talk to you about one simple thing that can make your website easier to navigate and more effective: your call to action, better known as your CTA. So, here are 3 things I want you to remember. Okay, this is where you can take some notes. So, get out a pen and paper and take some notes. And while you get your pen and paper, I am going to take a sip of water. Okay, so number 1, give your visitors one clear next step. When someone lands on your page or your website, ask yourself, what is the one thing I want them to do next? Do you want them to book a consultation, join your email list, buy a product, request an audit? Whatever that main action is, make it clear. As Black women, we're often explained and over deliver because we feel like we have to prove ourselves twice, you know? And your website doesn't need to do all of that. Your visitors they shouldn't have to figure out what you want them to do. You should tell them. what you want them to do, right? Because people are not going to just voluntarily click on your website unless you give them a CTA, right? Okay, so on to point number 2. Too many choices can create hesitation, right? They're natural, right? And we are, as women, we're natural nurturers and givers, right? We want to offer everything we have. But too many choices on one page can make your visitors stop and think instead of taking action. If your website is telling someone to book a call, read your blog, follow you on social media, download your free guide, and check out 3 different services all at once, they might end up with nothing, right? If it's not clear, make the decision easy, right? Make it easier. Decide what the primary goal is of your page and guide your visitors toward that one action, all right? So, I hope you're writing this down. Okay, so point number 3. One call to action does not mean one button. This is something people often misunderstand, right? It can be, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's important for services-based businesses, especially, like the ones that are so, there's so many of us that are building things, right? You can repeat the same call to action throughout your page. If you want someone to book a consultation, you might have a button near the top of the page or another after explaining your services, and then another near the bottom. The wording may change just slightly, but the destination stays the same. You're giving your visitor multiple opportunities to take the same next step. Your action steps go to one page of your website. And look at it like a potential client is seeing it for the very first time. A woman who found you, felt something, and needs to know exactly what to do. So next, ask yourself, what is the main action I want someone to take after reading this page? Can they figure that out quickly? Or am I asking them to do too many things? If the answer isn't clear, then your website doesn't need to say everything at once. It just needs to help the right woman understand what you do and know exactly what to do next. And if you're looking at your website thinking, I'm just so close, I don't even know what needs to change, that's where I come in. So I offer a website clarity audit for $79 for one page of your website. Send me whatever page that you want me to review, and I'll show you where your message may be confusing your visitors, where your call to action could be stronger, and what you can do to make the page clearer and easier to navigate. You can learn more about my website clarity audit on my website, because this is where you're launching for the first time or starting over and building something new. And so clarity gives people a path forward. We deserve websites that work as hard as we do. And sometimes one clear next step is all you need to get moving, okay? So you can book a clarity audit with me at Shawan Brown or at www.shawanbrownwritingbiz.com. On my homepage, everything is on my homepage. You'll scroll down to services, and at the bottom, you'll watch a 1-minute video explaining what an audit does and how I can help you. I'll respond to the, after you make your purchase, I'll respond giving you the next steps, whether that's you send me your page to review, and then I will send you a detailed video about whatever it is that you want me to take a look at, walking you through on what's working for you and what's not. If you're open to that, let's work. All right? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye now.